My appreciative child, when was the last time you stopped long enough to feel the air in your lungs? Before you even opened your eyes, I personally placed a present inside your chest, not as something mechanical or commonplace. Perhaps not so long ago, there was a version of you that would have done everything to experience what you are experiencing at the moment. The silent wonder of life, the basic rhythm of breathing. You lost sight of the fact that this was never assured in the midst of your hectic schedule and worries, that each and every breath was a dialogue between us. I still choose you, my spirit whispered into yours. I still want you to be here. I still have justifications for leaving your name in the book of the living. Abundance enters through the door of gratitude. I wish to accompany you on a journey into something more profound than you have ever encountered. It's a remembrance, a return to the truth that has always been beneath everything else in your life, rather than a novel lesson or a convoluted theology. The most potent force at your disposal has been silently lying inside your own chest. The entire time you have been expending so much energy seeking answers, searching for clues and waiting for things to change. It is the capacity to look at what you already have and say, thank you. Not because everything is flawless, not because the suffering has subsided, but rather because there is proof all around that I have not deserted you, even in the midst of bad days and unfulfilled prayers. I'll demonstrate what I mean. Consider where you were a few seasons ago. Imagine the weight that put such pressure on your shoulders that you questioned your ability to remain upright. You were cut open by certain exchanges. There were rejections that made you doubt your own worth. There were times when you could hear nothing but your own heartbeat. You weren't even certain that I was paying attention. However, you continue to stand, breathe, and strive for something beyond the challenge. It's not a coincidence. That is not fortunate. That's proof of a hand you couldn't see, working in places you couldn't get to, defending an unimaginable future. And I want you to begin identifying that proof. Not in big dramatic ways, but in the little things you've been overlooking. The fact that you were able to eat when many others were not. The roof protects your head from the rain. The fact that you have been reminded that the world is not completely cold by someone in your life despite their flaws. These don't happen by accident. They are fingerprints. I purposefully imprinted my fingerprints on the terrain of your everyday life. Order for you to realize that I have been taking care of you all along when you eventually paused long enough to look. I live in gratitude. Did you know that when you express gratitude, the atmosphere in your life changes and the weight starts to lift? It begins to make sense. The falsehoods that have been circling your mind like vultures come loose. A person who can look at a challenging circumstance and still find a way to express gratitude has an almost mystical quality. The darkness is disarmed by it. It puts an end to the charges. In ways that nothing else can, it creates a conduit for blessings to flow between your world and mine. I have seen you bear burdens that the majority of people would never comprehend. The ones that are hidden from view. The ones who keep you up while everyone else in the house is asleep. Financial strains that get more intense each week. Relationships that are more detrimental than beneficial. You have kept your health issues to yourself because you don't want to worry the individuals who rely on you. I've witnessed it all. Every moment you put on a brave face and entered a crowded place while something inside of you was silently crumbling. Every secret battle, every private cry. You might be surprised by what I want to tell you. Even during those terrible times, when the burden seemed overwhelming, there were gifts concealed inside the challenges that you were unaware of at the time. You learned compassion from the difficulty. You learned patience via waiting. You learned from the rejection that your value was never based on what other people thought of you, since they were unable to perceive what I put inside of you. Every difficult season served as a classroom, and you didn't just get by. You took it in. As a result, you grew more profound. You acquired a strength that is impossible to produce during easy times. I now want you to consider those chapters from a different perspective, not with resentment or regret for what they cost you, but with appreciation for the qualities they instilled in you, because no one can ever take away what they instilled in you. Abundance enters through the door of gratitude. When you stop expecting life to look a certain way before you allow yourself to be blessed, you experience a certain type of freedom. My kids are waiting in large numbers. They don't feel successful until they get promoted. They wait for the connection to be fulfilling, waiting to feel thankful till they have healed. And I can see why the human mind prefers to focus on what is absent rather than what is present. However, I'm inviting you to adopt a new perspective, one in which you are able to acknowledge the reality of both the blessing and the suffering. Both are legitimate. Therefore, the existence of one does not negate the existence of the other. You can express gratitude while being open about your pain. Saying thank you won't stop you from making demands. These don't contradict each other. They are a relationship's wholeness that doesn't need to be pretended. I didn't ask you to make me happy. I never asked you to act as though nothing was wrong. I'm requesting something far more genuine and unvarnished. I'm asking you to widen your eyes enough to realize that mercies have been following you like a shadow that never leads, even in the valley, the desert, and the waiting room where the answer has not yet been found. Consider the individuals I have positioned in your vicinity. Maybe not all of them. You've been let down by some. Some have departed when things became challenging. However, some people choose to stay. Some people showed up without being asked. Some people uttered the right thing at the right time. I whispered what you needed into their spirit before they spoke, not because they were intelligent enough to know. Those individuals are gifts. Living, breathing proof that I am interested in the specifics of your emotional life rather than merely the major, dramatic events in your spiritual development. What about the doors that shut? I am aware that you have mourned a few of them. I am aware that certain possibilities passed you by and you felt as though you had missed something significant. However, there is something about locked doors that I need you to comprehend. Not all doors that are closed are penalties. Protection is one of them. Some of them are detours that prevented you from going to places that would have gradually destroyed the things that are most important to you. You would drop to your knees in thankfulness for the things that did not occur if you could see your life's map the way I do. The occupations you were not hired for would have placed you in circumstances that were detrimental to your soul. The partnerships that ended before they might help you achieve your goals. The plans that didn't work out because I had something much better waiting for you on a path you hadn't yet found. I'm not asking you to express gratitude for the suffering itself. With a child I love, I would never be so heartless. However, I'm asking you to be thankful for what came out of the suffering. The fortitude, the discernment, the capacity to sit with someone who is in pain and say, I understand, because you genuinely do. You cannot learn that kind of depth from a book. The furnace of lived experience is where it is forged. Additionally, each scar on your soul narrates a tale of survival that ought to help you feel a little more confident than you have recently. I need you to hear something else, and I want you to accept it without viewing it through the prism of your own self-criticism. I am aware of your shortcomings. I am aware of the times you failed to live up to your dreams. I am aware of the choices you regret, the words you wish you could take back, and the times when you strayed from the course I had set for you. And it hasn't altered a single aspect of my life plan for you. You have not been disqualified by a single setback. My love for you was never predicated on your performance. Therefore, not a single mistake has removed your name from the list of people I planned to bless. It was made before you breathed your first breath and is bound by a covenant that cannot be broken by any error on your part. You see a list of your inadequacies when you look at your record. I see a child who keeps returning when I look at your record, a child who stumbles and gets back up, a child who, rather than hiding behind a facade of false perfection, makes mistakes and brings them to me with honesty. Are you aware of how uncommon that is? To a father who sees right through any pretense, do you realize how valuable that type of honesty is? There are people in front of me who appear immaculate on the outside but have closed hearts, calculating, acting morally as though it were a part in a play. However, I value your openness, messiness, and genuineness more than 1,000 acts of fake holiness. I don't hold your history against you. I accepted your regrets wholeheartedly when you brought them to me. Nor in part, nor under any restrictions. I absorbed them in the same way that a stone dips beneath the surface of deep water and is never seen again. I don't want you to bear your guilt. I already carried it on your behalf, so please don't pick it up again after I've put it down. Freedom from the prison of self-loathing is part of the freedom I am proposing. If you continue to blame yourself for your past self, you will not be able to walk in appreciation. It is impossible for those two realities to coexist. Therefore, pick the version of your story where the mistakes are turned into garden compost instead of gravestones. Instead of demonstrating that you were never deserving of a home, choose the interpretation in which your years of wandering taught you the importance of home. As we discuss worth, allow me to address the voices that have attempted to define yours. Some of the individuals in your life, as well as others who have passed on, have said things about you that have fallen like stones. Words about your identity, your worth, and your potential. Those remarks were much more hurtful because they came from people you respected. You internalized those stones and used them to construct a wall, since there was no louder voice telling you the truth. A barrier separating you from the entirety of what I have in store for you. However, I'm taking down that wall. Not forcefully, not all at once, but consciously, one stone at a time, substituting a truth that has been patiently waiting for the space to land for every falsehood.